Book.io is a project you should learn more about and even follow closely, I would say, as it's one of the most exciting projects building on Cardano, at least in terms of adoption, usage, and use case. This project has had the support of investors such as Mark Cuban and has already gone cross-chain thanks to all the success and interest it's sparking in the cryptocurrency industry. In this video, we'll actually dive deeper into Book.io, explain you what this project is all about, the impact it's having overall, its future potential, and even some of the progress they have already achieved. Considering its potential is definitely a project to have on your radar. Welcome to Decentralized Nation, the best channel to learn about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and decentralization, I would say. And in this video, we'll teach you a little bit more about Book.io. Book.io, as you can see here, is a Web3 marketplace for buying, reading, and selling ebooks. However, in my opinion, I would honestly say that this is a very modest description of what Book.io is and what it really does. Although it's true that they do have a marketplace to buy and sell books, NFTs of books, they are actually revolutionizing the ownership of digital ebooks and audiobooks thanks to these NFTs, thanks to tokenizing these books. This is because they are leveraging the immutability of NFTs and blockchain technology to give you a digital book that you're actually a owner of. So you have ownership over the digital books you buy at Book.io, and no one can actually change these books in any way. No one can take them away from you unless you give it to them. You are able to sell these books on the secondary market if you want, and if you're done with them, you're able to rent them or even lend these books to anyone you want because they are your property. The same things you are able to do with a real in-life book. Book.io, besides providing the platform and infrastructure to buy and sell these digital books, they also do all the business development to find authors and publishers to create books. And they support these publishers, editors, and book producers to actually create their own NFT books and audiobooks in the platforms and to be able to sell these books in the NFT marketplace. On the customer side, the ones that actually buy the book, besides allowing them to buy books and have actual ownership of the books people are buying, they also provide you with other programs and incentives, like, for example, the Read to Earn program, where you can actually be rewarded with book tokens for reading books, book tokens that you can actually sell in a DEX, for example. So basically you're being paid to read, and the more you read, the more you earn, which is a very interesting dynamics. In addition, Book.io also provides infrastructure and support to help create other interesting initiatives that can directly benefit readers, like book clubs, special discount in future books, for example, etc. But let's dive deeper into this idea and why I think what Book.io is doing is so interesting and why there is a huge potential for this kind of project. If you're paying attention, even though Book.io are doing so much, at the end of the day, they are a marketplace. This means there are two sides that they need to cater and to deliver value. On one side, we have the customers, that are the people buying and reading these books. And on the other side, we have authors and publishers that are the ones selling the books, the one creating and promoting these books to earn money out of it. As such, I think it's important to dive deeper into the benefits of leveraging Book.io and its technology, both from the perspective of the customers and the perspective of authors and publishers. Starting with the customers, the benefit of buying a book on Book.io instead of Amazon, for example, another place where you can actually buy digital books, is that with Book.io, the book is really yours. So it's in your wallet, it's under your control. Nobody else can read it, nobody else can steal it. It's yours and yours only. And you can read it and anytime you want. You don't need the platform, because in Amazon, you don't actually buy the book. You just basically buy a license to read it, to view it, and you need to view the content of the book inside the platform. Your book will be stored there. This means that at any time, your account can be canceled. For example, you can be banned. If the website is down, you're not able to read the book. If the company bankrupts, you can have a real problem and you might lose all the books you bought there. So you won't be able to consume that book if that happens, because the book is not really yours. Worse than that is that theoretically, Amazon could make changes and update the book at any time without your consent. This means that the content you initially bought in the book could be changed. And that's very dangerous because there is space for censorship. And if you have, for example, governmental authorities obliging you to change things in the book they actually don't enjoy, the reality is that Amazon will have to do it, and what is in the book will actually be changed. So if your book is censored in any way, you'll no longer be able to access that previous content, which I think is very worrying. And the huge danger of digital ebooks and audiobooks is that potential for easy censorship. Fortunately, with Book.io and its book NFTs, censorship is impossible, because once you have your book, once it's minted, its content is locked forever and can never be changed. While with Amazon, the book is stuck in the platform forever, as we briefly mentioned, and you can only read it there. So you're basically dependent on Amazon always to provide you with the capacity to read a book. The truth is, with Book.io, it can be a decentralized process. You can read it always and do whatever you want with it. At least that's what the team is going for. Furthermore, when you're leveraging these Web3 digital books, as you're the owner, and as we initially stated, you're able to resell these books at any time in the open market to anyone you want with any price you want, something you can't do if you have a digital book on Amazon. You're also able, for example, to rent books out for a certain period of time and charge a certain price, which means you can actually make passive income out of the books you own, which is a very interesting concept. And you're also able to lend them to your friends and family in case they want to read your book with no costs. As the cherry on top of the cake, Book.io has also a very interesting incentivization program where you can earn book tokens just for reading books. This is their so-called read to earn program. And you can use these tokens, for example, to buy more books at cheaper price, or you can even resell them in the secondary market and try to get some cash for them. Sure, you likely won't get any meaningful amount of money, but the truth is, it's certainly a neat incentive and benefit, even if it just allows you to get a few more cups of coffee per year. For me as a content creator, I would definitely love to have something like that for content creation, like a create to earn project, create to earn token, where we would actually be rewarded for all the hours we are putting in to try to give you guys some value. So please, if you appreciate this video, if you appreciate the effort, please leave me a like so that this video can help more people. It's not actually a create to earn reward, but the likes really help, so that would be an amazing way to support our work. Refocusing on Book.io, the decentralized encrypted assets, as they call it here, the DAA, are stored and saved on the blockchain forever, meaning that they cannot be destroyed, and they will be under your control indefinitely until you decide to sell them or to give them away. Now, focusing on the benefits for authors and publishers, there are also plenty of incentives, I would say. For one, they are able to use Book.io to provide a much better and fairer experience to their audience with this kind of digital books, where there is actual digital ownership, and with that contribute to the creation of a stronger community. They also have the benefit of not being able to be censored after the book is created, which I think is really good, because your work will stand forever and will not be changed or as time goes by. So it's kind of a legacy you leave behind, and I think that's very interesting. Also, this kind of model that Book.io has allows authors and publishers to earn royalties in the secondary market, because as I've told you, you can have your book, you can resell them, but in this case, authors can set whatever kind of percentage they want from the secondary market sales, and they can make this passive income. It's also very enticing for authors and publishers because the fees are kind of interesting compared to what exists right now, because whenever they are creating books and selling them for the first time, Book.io provides authors with the chance of earning a much fairer rate. For example, authors are able to earn up to 70% of all the revenues from their initial book sales, and they don't even have to have exclusivity with Book.io. They can go to other platforms and create also books in other places, which is very positive. And as we've seen by previous book sales on Book.io, by selling these digital books, these digital NFTs, authors and publishers seem to be able to sell books for a higher premium when compared to their digital counterparts on Amazon. They are also able to create digital scarcity, as they can decide how many copies of that edition of the book they want to create and sell, and that can bring more value into the books they are creating. As if the benefits were not enough, authors are also able to get accurate sales reports, but more than that, in the future they should be able to get metrics from the return program that might be valuable for them to understand different things. For example, imagine as an example, if they are losing a lot of readers in a certain page or a certain chapter, they can see there is something wrong there and they should make some changes. This is valuable information that authors couldn't access until today, until Book.io was created. Finally, in the future, you'll also have other initiatives and other tools like group clubs, exclusive reading groups that the authors can use to build and even monetize their community and their diehard fans, because it allows the biggest fans of certain authors to buy access, to acquire access to more exclusive experiences. Here in the Book.io website, in the marketplace, you can find all the books that are being minted, also known as the initial sales of the books, and all the collections that were minted and that have already sold out. For example, if you click here in one of these collections, you can see a bunch of information. You would be able to mint here below if it was available, but as it is not, you can go to the JPEG store, that is the NFT marketplace on Cardano, and you might be able to buy some of those sold out collections in the secondary market, sometimes at a cheaper price if you're lucky, other times it gets more expensive than the price it was initially sold. In terms of roadmap and progress so far, there is a lot that has been achieved by Book.io. As you can see here, they've established some significant partnerships, developed all the first version of smart contracts with everything you need to be able to mint these DEAs and the infrastructure necessary to be able to sell them and to read these books. They also launched all this technology on mainnet, and as you've seen before, minted a considerable number of books and partnered with several different authors and publishers. Recently, they have launched their book token, the new book token, and this all was achieved in what I would consider to be a relatively short period of time. On our side, we've also posted a considerable amount of videos about Cardano blockchain and decentralization in this YouTube channel in a relatively short amount of time, and we do intend to keep on posting them regularly. So if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe and please turn on the notification bell so that you actually get warned by YouTube whenever a new video comes out. In terms of Book.io, there are also a lot of future plans to keep on developing this project, with the development of the technology to be able to create and consume audiobooks, so something similar to what we already have today for ebooks, but in terms of audiobooks. And with the launch of their return program, for example, that is also another very exciting thing, that will probably have the metrics as well from the return program, the metrics we discussed in terms of being able to see, for example, when users are dropping out and stopping to read your book, and even the governance of the protocol. In fact, there are really a lot of things planned for the future. This is just, a sneak peek of everything that is being planned and that is in the Book.io roadmap. And if you guys are interested in learning more about what's planned for the future, I can make a video actually diving deeper on that and analyzing the Book.io roadmap. If that is something that interests you, just drop me a comment saying like Book.io roadmap or another video on Book.io. In my opinion, for a single video already I have a lot of information to digest, so I think it's better to give you that time. But I hope that from this video you have a notion of the potential of Book.io as a project. But please remember, I'm not a financial advisor, neither I'm trying to be one, so don't ape in to buy book tokens or to invest in any kind of way in this project. To invest, you should always do your own research. And in fact, this research I'm doing here, this video, this content I'm putting here is far from complete. For a complete research, we need to invest more time diving deeper into Book.io and diving specifically into the roadmap, diving deeper into the team that will be very important in such an early stage project, and also into the tokenomics to understand the potential of the project as an investment. That potential is different of the potential of the project as a product. And this is what we focused here in this video. It's not a complete analysis for the project, but it's a good analysis of the product they are developing, a product that is something you can already use on a daily basis. You can already get these books online and you can actually read them, you can sell them, you can do whatever you want with them and bring really benefit into your life. And I think that's already valuable by itself. However, I do have some good news for you. In terms of tokenomics, I'm glad to announce that we did a video covering the new book token launch. And in that video, we do have an entire section diving deeper into the tokenomics. So if you want to continue and develop further your research about Book.io, I'll leave the video here in the end page for you to watch next and to learn more about Book.io. On my side, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting, and I'll see you in the video about the book token.